Welcome back to the second semi-final of the Irish Senior Cup between Corrib and Clonard. And this to decide who's going to be in that final later on today against Cathal Brugha, who came out on top of the first semi-final by 10 goals to 7 against St. Vincent's. A really good game. Be interesting to see who can come out on top. That shot clock running down and blazed wide on this occasion. And a chance for both teams to just find a little bit of rhythm to start off this second semi-final. First of four quarters of 8 minutes. No foul given there, despite the best urgings from some of the players in the pool. Been a quiet start in this first minute or so, as both teams just feeling themselves into it. Maybe it looked like there might have been a bit of space there, but a turnover ball and an opportunity. Good quick ball and a good goal. A very good start. It's number 6 for Corrib there. It's Adam Caulfield with a very good finish with the left hand. It was a lovely ball through by Goran Sablic and put away convincingly. Now Clonard on the, wouldn't say on the back foot, but they now have to go out in search of an equaliser. Young Clonard team really probably been the springers in this competition that potentially some weren't expecting. Plenty of young Irish underage internationals. That pass going a little bit astray from Gareth Bowden. And just 3 seconds left, and it's a relatively hopeful play at the end of things. Corrib now trying to build early pressure. Can they add to that? Can they make it 2-0 early? Good pressure on the ball from Garrett Johnson. And good little touch from Stephen Murphy, the captain of this Clonard team. It's going to be Garrett Johnson on that right hand side, driving with pace into a good position, but a good stop from Kyle O'Kennedy. I believe it is, in goal for Corrib, wearing number 13. Ball spread wide and inside to that centre forward position, but some good defending on this occasion from Cathal Hanley. As you can see there when we go to that stand side shot of just how much ground these swimmers are having to work through at every given time. And 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and have to try something fancy, and it was always going to be a race against time there. Ball quickly distributed out to Caelan Crosby. players on this side, and foul given against Cathal Hanley on that occasion. Trying to work that opening. Can they find something? Just 3 seconds on the clock, and it's hit the bar. It was very close from Gareth Bowden in the end. Who tried to work that ball. Nice little pop ball, and here's Sablich with a ball over the top, and it was a big opportunity that. David Roach coming in, and with the first time finish, just couldn't quite get the accuracy required. It's Garrett Johnson here finding Aidan Brown. And a big effort there from Stephen Murphy, who's lost his cap at this early stage of proceedings. Sablich, oh, that's a lovely ball through, and an opportunity and a big save. A great save from Hugh Murphy to deny Connor Smith. And again, breaking away on that right-hand side is Gareth Johnson. It's been end-to-end stuff, as you'd expect in these semi-finals. Very closely fought between these sides. The shot was blocked and well retrieved by O'Kennedy. And a foul against Crosby. Maybe a little bit over-eager in trying to get that ball back. Quick ball to Sablich, who's hit the inside of the post. And pretty frustrated with the call there. Was, I think, Kieran Walsh, who is another man to have lost his cap at this early stage. Trying to work things quickly, finding Stephen Murphy, another foul, and chance in the middle. Good save. A quick ball up to Sablich. Somewhat by himself up here, though. He's waiting for men to help him out. And he does very well there, and a foul against Gareth Bowden. You'd have to think, to a certain extent, a professional foul to try and stop Sablich from getting through. Sablich here, out to Connor Smith, back inside to Caulfield, and it's gone through. And it's 2-0 now. And changes being made from this Clonard team. Corrib 2-0. Just coming to the close of the first quarter. Plenty of changes from both sides, but Adam Caulfield getting himself on the score sheet with a very strong left-handed effort. Here comes Paul Murphy. He's just recently come out of retirement, Paul Murphy. Good to see him back in the pool for Clonard. Very helpful asset as that's just zipped over the top. Caleb Bowden there trying to zip one through and couldn't do so on that occasion. Just the 16 seconds to go, so they can probably take their time here and try to work something. And they do so. That's a big finish from number 8, Michael Murphy. A fantastic finish from him to make it 3-0 to Corrib right at the end of this first quarter, and that last minute could be absolutely essential come the end of this game, as the shot was blocked, and through they go for the end of the first quarter. Corrib well on top, 3-0 at the end of a quarter. The second quarter getting underway between Corrib and Clonard. Corrib with a good start, leading 3-0 at the end of the first quarter, and they win that ball straight from the restart. Just trying to get into a position where they can really dictate matters, and that's one way of starting off the quarter in fine style. Number 8, Michael Murphy, his second goal of this early afternoon fixture. Puts Corrib 4-0 up, and already a big ask for Clonard to get back into this game. It's off a deflection, but well stopped in the end from O'Kennedy. A strong piece of work from him. It's Caulfield here. Good stop on this occasion from Hugh Murphy. Out wide to Caleb Bowden, who's trying to press down that right-hand flank. Puts a nice little ball into space here. This is a real opportunity if they can work it right. Oh, it's been blazed over the bar. A chance for Kevin Johnson there to put that in after Niall McSherry had done a Nice little ball across there. They'd worked it beautifully up until the finish. Yeah, nice piece of work from Caleb Bowden there to steal that ball, and now he takes it on the right hand side and sees a bit of space to drive into. That's a really big save from O'Kennedy at the near post. Having worked it really nicely there, Clonard, they just couldn't quite add the finishing touches. Cycled out to Cathal Hanley now. Uses Caulfield. Just bounces in front of Hugh Murphy, but he deals with it very nicely. Bit of pressure on the ball for Niall McSherry, but a lovely ball over the top to Fergal McConvey. And a foul given away. By Cathal Hanley, who's already got his second foul of this game. And a timeout called by Clonard. Maybe they sense this as an opportunity to try and get themselves back in the game, get a goal on the board, and see whether that can help their momentum. They're behind it at this stage. They could do with a turn in fortunes in front of goal. And now they're going to see whether they can get this right now. 20 seconds with the extra man. Can they work it? Working it around the area. Just palmed away and not quite far enough, but they've got to get the shot away soon, you'd have to think. And it's been bounced over the bar, and that opportunity has been missed. And the player deficit evens itself out now. And a chance for Caulfield on this right hand side to drive forward. The pop ball in, and Kieran Walsh wins the foul, and it's against Kevin Johnson. Not a whole pile he could have done. Almost had to take that foul. And it is now 5-0. Number 8, Michael Murphy, with his third of the game already. He's had a fantastic start, and Corrib already dangering on getting into an unassailable league. Well worked again, but another good save by Kyle O'Kennedy. He's had a very strong start to this game for Corrib, and unfortunately Clonard are creating the opportunities. They're just not being able to put them away at this stage. But well played on this occasion from Caleb Bowden to pick that ball up and manages to recycle immediately out to Hugh Murphy, who puts it right in front of Niall McSherry here. who's got a bit of space to work into. Outside to Kevin Johnson now. Tries to lob one, but again, very strong play from O'Kennedy. Difficult to get by and showing all of his talent and ability. So again, they look to target this right-hand side. It's Connor Smith. Murphy in the middle. And a foul by Caleb Bowden on Kieran Walsh, who's doing a very good job in that central forward position. Trying to work an angle here, David O'Connor. Back out to Connor Smith. Over to Murphy. Smith, O'Connor, off the post. Almost sneaking in there. Near side, but not quite. Ball quickly out to Caleb Bowden. Back into the pool. And a lobbed ball through, and a good one at that, and a really, really good finish from Jake Bowden up front. It was very clever. He knew he had men around him. It was around the back move to make it 5-1, and Clonard are on the score sheet for this afternoon and give themselves a small squeak in this second semi-final. Corrup now trying to re-establish that league. Sablich coming back on Bowden, trying his best to pick that off. I'll put a foul. Infringement called on Daniel Roach. A chance for Niall McSherry to again go down that right hand side. Not for the first time. Making good gains. Over to Garrett Johnson. Inside again to Jake Bowden. Not as successful on this occasion though. Good defence from both Jack Keogh and Michael Heary back there to deny Bowden getting a scoring opportunity. Sablich here moving the ball around again. There's nobody there on that occasion. Can Clonard get another one back just before half-time? That would make the half-time break that little bit more interesting if they manage to get back to 5-2 as McSherry on this right-hand side trying to find an opening. None there though, and that shot clock under 10 as Bowden picks this ball up. He's going to have to take a shot on. He does so. It's just too far out for really that to pay, and another opportunity now. David O'Connor on this right hand side for Corrup. O'Connor again uses Sablich. Smith, he was almost in, but just bouncing off the crossbar. Big long ball. 3 seconds left. Can they ignite anything? No, they can't. No time, unfortunately, for Clonard. That ends the second quarter. Half time here between Corrup and Clonard, with Corrup with a 5-1 advantage as we head into the half time break. A couple of minutes for us to take a breather. Should be a good second half between these two sides. Clonard getting back into this tie at the halfway stage. Yeah, about to start off this third quarter of the second semi-final of the Irish Senior Cup here down in the UL Sports Arena down in Limerick, and good contest on for that ball, and Sablich wins it very impressively, and Corrib on the front foot again, a strong side, very organised as we've seen throughout this game. And what a finish that is around the back from Michael Murphy, his fourth of this game. It makes it 6-1, and that's exactly the start that Corrib would have wanted. The last thing they would have wanted is this game advancing to 5-2 or 5-3 and giving a squeak to the opposition, Clonard, but they've come out fit and firing in this second half and get that early goal to cement that 5-goal lead. Long way back for Clonard now. Brilliant to see them back in the semi-finals of this competition. It's been a while since the last time they were there, and it's a good try from range for Gareth Bowden, tipped past the post by O'Kennedy. Trying to work the angle here, and there's a first time effort from Stephen Loughran, and there's a good save again from O'Kennedy. Not the first time we've been saying that. And a chance on the break here, but very well defended. Defended by Aidan Brown back there, assisted by Gareth Bowden, and that looked like a surefire goal scoring opportunity. So here's Fergal McConvey now, wins the free off Walsh. But a 2-metre infringement means that Corrib get that ball back and are able to set up once again. Lovely ball out towards Adam Caulfield. Murphy now back to Caulfield. Sablich trying to work his way around the back, and fairly cynical foul from Aidan Brown on this occasion. Ronan Murphy out to Caulfield, back to Murphy. Here's the other Murphy, but a good save on this occasion from Hugh Murphy. Plenty of Murphys around. That ball forward towards Stephen Murphy. But it's going to be a small stoppage in events here. A timeout called with Corrib 6, Clonard 1. Clonard's number 3 there, Stephen Murphy, being fouled. Off the pool at the moment as players come back on, and Corrib are just looking in a relatively unassailable position at this stage, being 6-1 up. Seem to have the winning of this game. They did so from early on when they were 3-0 up within that first quarter. So at this stage they're just looking to stamp their authority on this game and make sure that there's absolutely no chance of a comeback of any stretch. So trying to work that opening for Sablic now. Again, out to the right and put away by Adam Caulfield. And on the right hand side with that left hand, we've seen that a few times already, him causing great problems. And it is 7-1 to Corrib now, and a few changes being made now, getting a few different swimmers onto or into the pool. And you feel this game is potentially going to end up being a small bridge too far for Clonard. We've had a wonderful cup competition. They might be finding this Corrib side a bit too good, and Murphy looking to add to his efforts. O'Connor straight through, and it's Cathal Hanley who's going to add himself to the score sheet now. It's 8-1. Gaps appearing in that defence, and not a whole pile Hugh Murphy could have done about that. As Hanley, for the first time today, scores impressively. Change in personnel for Corrib. Jack Mulholland going into nets now. Kylo Kennedy getting some time on the sidelines as Bowden tries to work an opening here. Straight at Mulholland, and his first action is a positive one, a good save. Trying to look for something, and he finds Ronan Murphy. Forward to O'Connor. Back inside to Murphy, who spins. Impressively, and a foul against Clonard, and another goal against Clonard as well. Murphy adding his 5th of this semi-final as Corrib take a 9-1 lead. You can sense there's just a bit of a despondent nature about this Clonard side. They've done so well in this competition, but 9-1 down halfway through the third quarter. There was ominous signs early on. Can they get themselves a goal or two, get themselves some feeling? And there was number 10, Michael Heary, committing the foul, so they've got the free man if they can work it right. Back to Bowden. They get the rebound through McConvey, who tries to sneak one in at the near post, and it's a resolute piece of defending from Ronan Murphy to block that wide. Connor Smith now attacking for Corrib. Finds O'Connor. Puts that one wide on this occasion, and a timeout called by Clonard. Chance to potentially make a few substitutions, get a few new men in the pool. If you've only just joined us, we've had an action-packed morning. The two women's semi-finals that started us off. Drogheda beating Tribes by 12 goals to 2 in the first of those semi-finals. Then we had St. Vincent's versus Cathal Brew, a really impressive performance by St. Vincent's, winning that women's semi-final 14-4. And we've then moved on to the men's semi-finals. The first one, a really good game between Vincent and Carlbrua. Carlbrua coming out on top 10-7 in that one. And you're currently watching the second semi-final with Corrib 9-1 up on Clonard halfway through this third quarter. So it looks like we're in store for a Vincent Strahada women's final. We do know that, and it looks most certainly like we're going to be seeing a Carlbrua Corrib final, should I say, as that pass just had a bit too much on it, but really well retrieved by Jake Bowden. Only 10 seconds on that shot clock. 7 now as Caleb Bowden strays and puts it wide. But a corner has been given for Clonard here, so it's going to be Stephen Loughran going over to take that, and back to Kevin Johnson it goes. Bowden under heavy pressure. Good press this from Corrib as Mulholland saves well from the attempt from Loughran. Mulholland takes his time to find O'Connor, who can bring this ball forward with a measure of ease, and almost managing to get that ball through to Cathal Hanley, but he couldn't quite keep a hold of it. And a foul given against Michael Heary on this occasion. He's being penalised and given 20 seconds off, and again another chance for Clonard with the man advantage, but put over the bar there. Finishing just hasn't been quite there today. As here he finds O'Connor, who finds Connor Smith, who's driving into a dangerous area. Sneaked in, and it's 10-1. It was David O'Connor there, just managing to get it underneath Hugh Murphy in the Clonard goal. Almost took him by surprise by taking the shot on, and did so very effectively. Working this around nicely. Bowden, can he get any sort of a shot away? He hits the bar. Well retrieved by Garrett Johnson though. Back to Bowden and out right to Niall McSherry. Is there an angle for Garrett Johnson? There might not be. Only the three. So and just puts it out of play instead of letting that shot clock elapse. Forward from Mulholland straight to O'Connor, and Corrib can see this quarter out. I think we'll look to do so and maybe get a shot away right at the end. Trying to get through. There was Roach. And shot away by Michael Heary, but it's at the outside of the post. That ends that third quarter. Corrib well on top in this second semi-final. It was 5-1 at half-time. It's 10-1 after 3 quarters. One more quarter of 8 minutes to go, and we'll be bringing you that in around a minute and a half's time. We're back for the final quarter of the morning session here of the Irish Senior Cup. At the women's semi-finals earlier on this morning, this is the final quarter of the second semi-final for the men's. Looks as if Corrib are going to take a relatively serene path through to the final against Cathal Brugha later on this evening. A chance and a goal. Well worked by Clonard, and it was number 7 in the end, Stephen Loughran, who got it away past Mulholland, and a good way for Clonard to start off this final quarter, bringing the score back to 10-2. Corrib now looking to try and build again. We've seen over the last quarter or so them rotate an awful lot of their players, making sure that players are going to end up being well rested for that final later on. It'll be the 5th game in only 3 days, which is big demands on all of these players once you get through to a final. Back to Bowden, who zips one across, and well saved by Mulholland on this occasion. But it's been strong stuff, this, from Corrib. They've been very impressive in everything they've done. Unfortunately, on that occasion, just running out of time on that shot clock. The Hooter sounding, and Clonard with another opportunity to attack and try and add something to it. A good hand on that from Kieran Walsh. Just deflects the ball away from the path of Kevin Johnson. Gets the ball back out to Bowden. Finds Garrett Johnson on that far side, cutting inside and blasting over. Just attempting for just that little bit too much power and strain on that occasion. And Sablic trying to get through there, and Bowden penalised. It's his second foul. And Sablic with a great chance there, but he's been denied by a very good save from Hugh Murphy on this occasion. And Bowden coming back into the action, and with a good long ball, diagonal pass to Stephen Loughran, who's fighting his way through and fights his way through for a goal as well, his second, which makes it 10-3. And just a bit of momentum for Clonard. Unfortunately, more than likely too late in the day, far too late in the day at that, but they've had a really impressive tournament to get through to this stage, and for them to get a few goals on the board in this semi-final is a credit to them. They haven't given up the ghost, haven't kept trying to bridge that gap. They've been rewarded with 2 quick goals in this final quarter. Still 5 minutes remaining, as you can see the graphic on your screen. Up at the top right, as Cathal Hanley now tries to spread that ball around, and a superb goal. A back of the hand one goal from Kieran Walsh, catching Hugh Murphy out on that occasion. We've seen a few of them today in both the men's and women's semi-finals. Very clever, and they do often catch the keepers out. The speed that they're being implemented at, and almost you're just getting no side of it. It's Mulholland now with an opportunity to build this attack now. It's forward to Ronan Murphy. Trying to cut inside, and it's a relatively routine save from Hugh Murphy for Clonard, and he'll look right to try and find Caelan Crosby, who will try to bring this ball forward. It was the right idea from Caleb Bowden. He was trying to first time that ball almost around his head, try and guide it into a corner, but unfortunately didn't have the accuracy on this occasion. Murphy attacking again from that left hand side, straight at the defender though, who provides a good block. Crosby. You can see from the Clonard team just a little bit off your camera, as that's a super finish from David O'Connor to make it 12-3. A really good finish right into the corner. I was just saying off your camera that Clonard were committing men forward, trying to build on something off the breakaway, but that would have needed the ball to have got to them, and O'Connor made sure that that ball ended up in the back of the net. Just ticking by that 3-minute mark. Corrib 12, Clonard 3. And off the bar from Gareth Bowden. It just hasn't been Clonard's day really in front of goal. They've had opportunities, and that's a really good goal, now that I say it. from Caleb Bowden. A really inspired piece of work from him, as you can see here on your replay. He wasn't in control. It didn't look like it was his ball to win, let alone go and score from. But he's managed to scoop it into the corner past Mulholland and gives Clonard their 4th goal of this afternoon's game. Good block from Clonard's Caelan Crosby, denying Ronan Murphy. Fergal McConvey now on this left-hand side. He's got a bit of space to swim into and is doing so to great effect. And trying to lob one into the far corner, just didn't quite get the accuracy. It was the right idea. Almost caught Mulholland out, but Conor Smith now for Corrib. Finds Heary with that shot clock coming down, just 4 seconds left, and that Hoosier sounding as the 30 seconds had elapsed. Here Aidan Brown playing the ball into space for Crosby to swim onto. And a good block from Michael Heary to deny Garrett Johnson, who was looking to go low on that occasion. Inside the final minute here. And there's a bit of a sense of that with the game itself, as Corrib looking to wind down that clock. For the second attack in a row, they've allowed the shot clock to elapse. Forward ball to Bowden, who does superbly and gets himself a second quick goal at the end of this quarter. Puts that score to 12-5. It should be, with 23 seconds left to go in the game. With 15 seconds to go, Corrib here can allow the shot clock to just pass out. Good early ball to David O'Connor. He's got an opportunity to shoot and he's hit the crossbar and just wide, but he was tipped onto it by Hugh Murphy. 3 seconds remaining, so already at the other end of the pool, some pleasantries taking place between the two sides. As that ball's shovelled across the face of the goal, and that's going to finish things up with Corrib taking this second Irish Senior Cup semi-final. 12-5 from Clonard. A resolute effort from Clonard in that final quarter, especially to get 4 goals back. But that concludes that second semi-final, which means Corrib will play Cathal in the final this evening. Really hope you've enjoyed this morning's coverage. It has ended up seeping into the first hour of your Saturday afternoons, brought to you by HPV Studios on the Swim Ireland YouTube channel. And I'd like to make sure that you join us later on today as we show those finals. Once again, it is Drogheda playing St. Vincent's in the women's final first. That's taking place at around 5:15, followed on by the men's final between Cathal and Corrib. So it should be a really interesting and fascinating evening of action to come, and we really hope you can join us in and around that 5:10 time for the first final.